Hi guys, today I want to talk about Riverkeep by Martin Stewart and why I personally decided to not finish this book. I was provided by Netgalley with an early review copy, and this is obviously my very honest opinion. Nobody paid me to say that I didn't finish this book, obviously. This book will be released on April 28th in the UK, and I think it has a different release date for the US. I think that's somewhere in July. I decided to call this DNF review. I want to tell you why I personally didn't want to continue this book and why I don't think it is for me, but I still want to say some aspects that I think will be positive for other people, where other people might want to read it. But yeah, I don't want anyone to think that I finished this. I am just judging like 25% of the book. This is a YA fantasy book that feels very peculiar and whimsical and has been compared to works of Patrick Ness and Neil Gaiman, and I'm gonna get into like that comparison a bit later on as well. Our main character is the son of the current Riverkeep. He kind of is the caretaker of the river. So he makes sure that the river is kind of clean, that there's not weed or in the winter ice, and also like corpses and stuff, which is already like kind of creepy. One day when he is out with his son together, he kind of gets eaten by a really weird creature or something like that, and it changes him. That was like one part I already didn't understand. So it's kind of hard for me to give a synopsis in general when I haven't like completely read the book. But yeah, this kind of changes his father, like he is not himself anymore, and then all of a sudden our main character is just, you know, thrown into having to be the Riverkeep, and he tries to like kind of cure his father and everything like that. I have basically only gotten to a part where the main character kind of tried to find out where the cure or what the cure for his father is and where it could be. I know that the rest of the book would kind of be a journey for him to find that cure, so I guess it will kind of drift into an adventure novel, but at this point I already felt like so much not into this book that I decided it would be best for everyone if I just didn't finish this book. I think I made the worst mistake in not really reading the parts where it said for fans of Patrick Ness and Neil Gaiman. I haven't read Patrick Ness, but I've read one book by Neil Gaiman, which is The Ocean at the End of the Lane, and I didn't really enjoy that book at all, and I felt like Riverkeep was very similar in style and very similar in this kind of feeling that you have. So I was basically immediately put off by it because I just didn't enjoy this kind of feeling I had while reading it. And in general, I thought that the book kind of read very middle grade-ish, and it is very story driven. It is not so much about the character, and I felt like 25% into the book I didn't know who our main character was at all, and I just don't really like that. We read from his perspective, but I don't think he ever had like very personal thoughts, and I didn't get to know him. I didn't know who he was, and I just didn't really like that. It didn't give me the feeling like I could be attached to this book. I really think like you could also compare it maybe to Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, which is another series that I was kind of meh about. So that said, I do think that there's probably so many people out there who would absolutely love this book. I have seen really great reviews on Goodreads, so I definitely don't want to not recommend it to you. Another thing that I feel like native speaking English people will find really good is that the dialogue was always written in dialect. And it was just incredibly hard for me as a not native English speaker to read. Like, I could understand it all, but I realized I had to concentrate a lot more, and it was harder for me, and that also took a lot of my enjoyment out of it. And I feel like it would probably be really cool if you're a native English speaker and, you know, you would just kind of get a different feeling, and it would maybe feel more real to you, and you would really feel like you're at a different place. But for me, it just made it so hard and really not enjoyable. And that is another fact that is very personal that I feel like other people might find really cool. I couldn't even figure out what kind of like accent that was. Some of the things felt really Scottish, but I don't even have any idea where that book actually like takes place. So you can see like I wasn't invested in this story at all. I realized from the beginning I didn't really care to understand anything about it. I didn't really care to take my time and read it. And if I would have finished it, I probably would have given it 2 stars or maybe even only 1 star, because it's just not my kind of book. And I thought I wouldn't only do myself a favor, but I would do people that love it and the author and the publishing company a favor if I just don't finish it, and tell you right now why. All I can say is that if you like Neil Gaiman, probably Patrick Ness and The Ocean at the End of Lane and maybe Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, minus the pictures, you might totally love this book. And yeah, I would definitely love to know your thoughts on it, if you have read it, or do you want to check it out? Do you maybe want to check it out because of the things that I just said, which would be really, really cool. And yeah, just let me know any kind of thoughts you have, or maybe thoughts on just DNFing books in general, because this is like my first DNF review I've done on this channel. So we can just talk about in general not finishing books, especially review books. I think it was kind of scary for me at first, but since I had points as to why I didn't want to finish it, like I could still give the publisher's feedback on Netgalley. So yeah. Okay, I'm rambling now. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you soon.